Forza 5, or Forza Horizon 5 rather, is coming to PS5. Now, I cannot understate how much I'm very excited for this, so I'm going to link in the description below a video that I made regarding rumors about Forza Horizon 5 potentially coming to PlayStation. I feel like I kind of put a lot of thoughts into that video, but I'm just going to reiterate, I feel like, on a lot of different things. It's worth pointing out that Forza Horizon is more successful than the Forza games. So Forza, for those of you guys that don't know, are the more sort of realistic simulation races of the Forza brand, whereas Forza Horizon is more the arcadey racer. I cannot say I am more than excited to see Forza Horizon 5 come to PS5. I am absolutely ecstatic. I am over the moon. Out of all of the franchises under Xbox's umbrella, number one for me has always been Halo and will continue to be. Master Chief Collection, I'm sure, is probably going to come to PlayStation anytime now. Second on that list is Forza Horizon. So I am absolutely jazzed up. I have added this game to my wish list on, my PlayStation app. I looked it up. I added it to my wish list without a shadow of a doubt. Actually, let me know, you guys who are watching this video, tell me in the comments below, are you happy about this? If you are an Xbox gamer, are you happy to see games like Forza Horizon go to other platforms? As a PlayStation gamer, if you are a PlayStation gamer, tell me if you are looking forward to this game on PlayStation. And if you're a PC gamer, tell me how much you do not give a crap about anything that I am saying right now. That being said, I am absolutely ecstatic. I am very happy because as far as Forza Horizon 5 goes, with its festival style and arcadey driving mechanics, I kind of wish that, Gran Turismo did their own version of Forza Horizon, like a Gran Turismo Horizon, if you will. But that may no longer be necessary, and Gran Turismo can keep doing what it's doing. Unfortunately, that series is going downhill very quickly because Gran Turismo 7 is not a particularly good Gran Turismo game. Gran Turismo Sport, the one before it, was absolutely god-awful. Then before it was 6, which was fine. Before that was 5, which was fine. And then before that was the golden era of 3 and 4. And then before that was 2, which was very good. And then 1, which is way too old and dated. So it didn't hold up particularly well in terms of age. And so instead, on the PlayStation side, we've had to deal with games like The Crew, for example, which has been shut down, sure, but we also have The Crew 2, The Crew Motorfest, and also taking a lot of inspiration from the festival theming and things like that. We also had games like Dirt 5, but at the end of the day, Forza Horizon is a fairly unique title in terms of how it does its presentation and things like that. Again, it's done so incredibly well on Metacritic. 92. And again, you need to be you have to be an idiot, you have to be a moron, you have to be mentally retarded to not say that this is a great thing that Forza Horizon 5 is coming to PlayStation. Again, this is Game of the Year candidate for 2021 coming out on PlayStation. Xbox does not release a lot of games that do extremely well from a critical lens and a fan lens, or from a commercial lens. So from a critical lens and a commercial lens, and on top of which is potential Game of the Year material, Xbox hasn't really had Game of the Year material content, and Forza Horizon 5 was one of their last big hurrahs in that space. Keeping in mind that also, aside from Forza Horizon 5, I think Flight Simulator that came out around the time Forza Horizon 5 did was also another Game of the Year contender during this time. Those were the only two games in the last, I want to say, 9 years, last 10 years of Xbox that I could say are games that I personally wanted to come to PlayStation. So I kind of want you to kind of, take that in for a moment. Take in the fact that this game is coming to PS5. It's just, again, crazy to think about. My God. So I am incredibly happy and very excited, as you can obviously probably tell from like the way that I'm talking, but also what I'm talking about when I say alternatives, because I have been looking for alternatives to Forza Horizon 5, because that is a game that makes me want to peek over the other side to the neighbor's yard and see, the grass does look a little bit greener, but only one singular patch, and that was always the Forza Horizon patch of grass right there. That's always been greener, while the rest of the weeds growing from the grass have been, the halos, the gears, whatever have you. So hopefully, Gears E-Day does kind of shake things up, fingers crossed, but, is there a likelihood that that might come to PlayStation? I don't know. But just to kind of provide a bit more context from this IGN article, the move comes amidst growing interest from Xbox in releasing its games on non-Xbox platforms, including PlayStation and Switch, with Xbox boss Phil Spencer confirming its intention to support the Switch too. I would argue if you if you just replace Xbox in the sentence with Microsoft, I think you might have a better idea of what's going on here. In the most recent investor call, Microsoft revealed that while Indiana Jones and the Great Circle reached 4 million players and Game Pass on PC grew 30% to increased services revenue by 2%, overall gaming revenue fell, with console sales dropping nearly 30%. This is because of the fact that Xbox's Series consoles are selling less than, the Xbox One during the same period of time. This may incentivize Xbox to prioritize Game Pass and push for more games on other hardware. I cannot tell you how much I hate Game Pass as a concept, and the fact that it's actually poisoned the well. Why would anyone want to buy a game when, hey, it'll just come to Game Pass anyways? So I'll just wait on it to come to Game Pass. Just a really unheard of mentality that I just really hate. And Forza Horizon 5 is a continuation of the open world series that is also now coming to PlayStation as you explore beautiful Mexico. That being said, I would have much rather seen Forza Horizon 4 come over, because that one took place in Australia, but I digress. That's like just our neighbors across the ditch, if you will. So now my question then is posed to you guys in the audience, and especially Xbox fans. How do you feel about this? Because I can't, in good conscience, ever think that an Xbox fan would be excited to look at games that they should be proud of on their own platform that are major, let's put it this way, major exclusives that should never touch other platforms, release on the rival platform quite directly. How badly has Xbox fumbled the bag in terms of both sales and the effects of Game Pass that they're now kind of in a spot where this is the path that they need to take in order to survive? Sure, eventually I could see PlayStation doing the exact same thing way further on down the line, but it's just kind of almost cathartic as a PlayStation gamer to see that Xbox is the first to kind of fall into that, because Xbox has been ahead of the curve in a number of ways. Largely in a negative sense. When it came to paying to play online, Xbox was the one that spearheaded that. The fact that you had to pay to play online on the original Xbox and on the 360, when on the PS3 you could just jump online, play whatever you want. You didn't need PS Plus, but you needed Xbox Gold, Xbox games with Gold to play, even free to play games on Xbox, until they only got rid of that in the past few years. So if you wanted to play Fortnite, you still had to pay for Xbox games with Gold. Just think about that for a moment. Now it's actually proper free to play, like it's supposed to have been. But the only reason why PlayStation started charging from the PS4 generation onwards was because Xbox got away with that. And then when the Switch came out with Nintendo, then they started doing it as well. They started doing their whole Nintendo Switch expansion pass and stuff like that. So just imagine that for a moment. Now, I don't know how to kind of look at this and consider things, because I feel like Xbox has always been kind of the Western game studios, and PlayStation was, at least in my eyes, seen as like the Japanese developers at their best. Problem is that now I feel like a lot of companies have moved away from Eastern developers in favor of, you know, games developed in Europe and America and stuff like that. And I still do believe that a lot of games developed in China and Japan and Korea still do have some merit to them. And I feel like it's just kind of just being a little bit misunderstood. And that's largely because I'm still very salty about what happened to Japan studios. Let that never be forgotten. But I just can't imagine what an Xbox gamer would be thinking with all of this happening. I want you guys to share your thoughts on this, because I could not be more curious to see what on earth is going on. But this cannot possibly be a good sign for Xbox. That being said, however, I'm going to be playing this game day one when it releases. It is coming out spring of 2025. So if that's spring for you guys in the US, for me, it's going to be in autumn. So that's probably going to be March, April, or May. Who knows when that's going to be, but I'm looking forward to it. With all that being said, however, let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it. Let me know if you're wanting to play Forza Horizon 5, if you're a PlayStation fan, if you're an Xbox fan. Do you see this as a bad thing? And if you're a PC fan, tell me how much you do not care about anything happening, because this just does not affect you in any way whatsoever. With all of that being said, however, let me know what you guys think about all of this in the comments below. Like the video if you liked it, subscribe to the channel. I'm aiming for 500 subs by the end of the year. And with all of that being said, I do upload every day, so I'll see you guys tomorrow.